Hey y'all, welcome to today's What's for Dinner. Before we get started with the video, I would like to share with y'all this wicker rattan patio furniture that was sent to me by Costway. It included 2 wicker chairs with the cushions and a little table with the glass on top, which I'm sorry that it's dirty. It ended up raining last night, and also my back porch is a work in progress, but I wanted to share these with y'all because they are very comfortable and we really like them, and I cannot wait to share them again once we have our back porch all done. The weather, as you can see, is pretty messy, so we haven't done a lot of outdoor work, but this is going to be very nice. So if y'all are interested in some wicker patio furniture, I really recommend this. It's not expensive and the quality is very nice. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Hey y'all, tonight we're going to be making beefsteak ranchero. I know I have shared it a lot of times on my channel, but it's a new year, and so I figured I would share it again. Originally I learned about this recipe from my mother-in-law, and I've kind of changed it up a little bit. It's basically like hers, but I'll change up the seasonings and stuff sometime. So the first thing we're going to do is add some vegetable oil, or whatever kind of oil that you prefer. We're going to add it to a pan, and it should be good. I'm going to heat it up probably on like medium-high heat, get that warmed up, and then I'm going to then I'm going to add in my meat. So I'm going to get this warmed up first. Oh, and for our meat, I wanted to show it to y'all. This is just stew meat that I bought from the grocery store, but I cut it up smaller, and I'm fixing to season this up. I will show you the seasonings I'm going to use. Okay, y'all. Now, I think that should be good. I'm going to go ahead and put the meat in. Ah, I'm dropping it everywhere. I'm going to season it up in the pan. So, I'm going to use some of this Lowry seasoning salt, and I'm probably going to add more seasoning as it cooks, but for now this is what we're going to start with. So I'm going to add some of that, and since I'm adding this, of course I'm not going to add regular salt. I'm also going to add in some garlic powder, and I love garlic powder and garlic, and then some black pepper, and I'm just going to use the fresh black pepper. So what we're going to do is just kind of, I need to turn this up a little bit more. I'm going to turn it up, yeah, so we're more like medium-high. I had it a little bit low, so I'm going to kind of get this to, I'm going to stir it a little so the seasonings kind of get around in there. I think I might add a little bit more now that I've flipped them around. I'm going to let this kind of fry up a little bit, just kind of for a few minutes, and then I'm going to add in, I have some onions I've chopped. I'm going to add those in just a second. I'm going to just kind of let this go, and it smells really good. And this is something our kids love, especially Adrian. He's not home tonight. He's going to be upset. He went to his cousin's, but he usually requests this. Like on his birthday, he'll request he wants this. So I'm going to get this started, and I think I have some real potatoes. If so, I'm going to peel potatoes because this is really good with mashed potatoes. And normally I put a chopped up green bell pepper, but the one I had been in the refrigerator too long. It wasn't any good, so I don't have any bell pepper, so I'm just going to put onions in there. I'm going to go ahead and add those. I'm going to add in some paprika. I heard that paprika was ground up bell peppers. Never knew that. Don't know if it's true or not, but I guess if it is, then it'll maybe take the place of the green bell pepper. It'll just be like, I guess because it's red, it'd be the red one. So little bit more. And this is a recipe, I don't really have an actual like measurements. It's more or less just what you think you would like. So I'm going to let this go for just a little bit longer, and then I'll come back and we will show you what we're going to do next. Okay. And it's been cooking for a little while now, and I think I'm going to go ahead and just start adding in the next thing, which is some V8 juice. So, and this is just kind of another one of those things that I just have to add and stir and see, because this meat's gonna have to simmer in this, and it'll help it be more tender. So you want to have enough, and it will thicken up too. So I'm gonna turn this all the way up now, so that, because this was cold, it was in the refrigerator. So another thing I want to add is this packet of this Szechuan Goya. This is really good seasoning, and I may end up adding a second one, we'll see. But you can buy these like in the Mexican food section, like at Walmart, or even Dollar General has it by their spices and stuff. It's really good. So add that. Now that you can see it's already starting to get hot, so I'm going to start turning this down a little, and we're going to cover it. And then I'm just going to keep a check on it and keep stirring it, and if the liquid goes down, you may have to add a little more until it's cooked tender enough. So it's 5:30, so I know at least 30 minutes, maybe 45. So I will be back. Okay, y'all, this is cooking pretty good. I'm gonna let it cook just a little bit longer, just get the meat a little tender, a little bit more tender. But I'm gonna go ahead and add one more packet of that Szechuan Goya. And it's a little bit more liquidy than I normally have, but that's okay. You can use this liquid on your potatoes too. And I peeled some potatoes. I thought I had more. If I had known I didn't have as many as I had, did I say that right? If I'd have known I didn't have that many, yeah, I would have bought some more at the store. So once I mash those, if it doesn't look like enough, then I'm just gonna make some instant and mix them together. So I'm gonna let this continue to cook. Okay, it might be kind of hard for y'all to tell, but there's not a lot of potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and mash these. I'm gonna put some butter in them and everything, and I'm probably gonna make a package of instant and mix them together, because I don't think this is not gonna be enough. So I'm cutting up some butter. I've got like 3 tablespoons of butter. Just kind of breaking them up, and then mash these up with the butter to kind of melt it, because this is some cold butter. I like to add in a little bit of sour cream to my potatoes. Not a whole lot. For these, I'm just going to put about like that much. Mix that in there. And then I also am going to use some heavy cream. I just use heavy whipping cream. Oops. Yeah, there's 4 of us tonight. Bryce isn't home tonight, and Adrian isn't home tonight. So it's just me, Courtney, my husband, and my niece Peyton is here. So this still is not going to be enough for us. I might just a little bit more. And I'm going to put some fresh ground pepper and some of this pink Himalayan salt. Mix this up. I'm just going to cover it up with a lid for right now while I finish the meat, because these got done a lot quicker than I expected. So just kind of cover these up, and I'm going to make some instant potatoes. Well, I'm running low. I don't have just plain, I have loaded baked potatoes. So we'll mix that all together in a little bit. Okay, y'all, since this is still pretty liquidy, I took just a little bit of cornstarch and water, and I mixed it. I'm gonna add it in here. See if it'll thicken it up. I'm gonna stir this all up together. And I'm gonna cover it back up and let it kind of simmer a little bit, and maybe it'll thicken it some more. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So we'll see what happens. I think. Okay, y'all. So I mixed the real potatoes and the instant potatoes, and you can't really even tell. So I think it'll be good. So we're about to set the table. Oh yeah, I want to show y'all over here. It thickened up some. I didn't want it to thicken up too much. So I'm about to remove this. Oh, and these are my Bush's baked beans back there just simmering away. I walked away from them. So, ooh, hopefully those aren't burning. But, so we're going to have the baked beans. This. They're making noises over here. Alright, y'all. Got everything on the table. Just kind of simple meal tonight. Not a lot of sides. Got these girls. We're about to sit down. My husband will be in here in a minute, and we'll let you know what we think. She almost fell down. These girls ran off before I could get their reaction. How do you like it, Peyton?
It was good.
Was it good? How about you, Courtney? I say it's good. How about you, honey? It's good. I should have cooked it just a little bit longer so the meat is more tender. But it's still good. It just would be more tender if I'd have cooked it a little longer. Girl. Hey y'all, tonight I'm going to be trying a new recipe called Mexican meatloaf. I seen this on Facebook. Actually, a friend of mine made it and she said it was good, so I thought I would give it a try. So I have 2 pounds of lean ground beef, and to that I'm going to add 1.5 cups of crushed tortilla chips. I just used this Great Value restaurant style chips and I crushed them up. And so we're going to add that in. And then we're also going to add in a cup of, it said a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I found this and it's triple cheddar at Brookshire's. And it has white, sharp cheddar, medium, and mild cheddar. So I thought it'd be kind of good. So we're going to try that. And we're also going to add 2/3 a cup of salsa. And then also I'm trying something new. This is fire roasted tomato salsa. So we're going to add 2/3 a cup of that. 2 eggs. So here's 1. And there's 2. Oops, there's a shell on that one. There's 2. And we also need taco seasoning. And I'm just using this Fiesta brand taco seasoning. And for 1 pound of meat, you need a tablespoon. So since I have 2 pounds of meat, I'll do 2 tablespoons. So there's about 1, and I'm gonna have to get more of this because I'm almost out. So that's 2. And you also need a can of green chilies. So I have a 4-ounce can of green chilies. So I'm going to open these up real quick. Okay, so now I'm going to add in the green chilies. So, next thing we're going to do, so I've got everything. We've got the ground beef, the chips, the cheese, the salsa, the eggs, the taco seasoning, and the green chilies. So I'm going to use my hands and we're going to mix this well together. I just remembered something that someone told me that they did. They put all of their meatloaf ingredients into a large Ziploc bag, and then they just like mixed it while it was in the bag, you know, like squished it that way so they didn't have to get their hands in it. I just thought of that. I may need to try that one day because some people think this is gross, but I don't know how else to mix it than using my hands.
We made meatloaf at school one time. And,
what?
No one wanted to touch it, and she made me wear a pair of gloves though when I did it.
Oh, I guess because you're at school and everything, yeah.
So I got my hands in there and squished it around. Everyone else used like those
spoons or whatever.
No, like the little ones with the thing sticking out the side.
Oh.
Like a smash.
Like a potato masher thing?
Kind of like that.
Oh. You can just, it's just easier with your hands and you can get it all mixed better. I don't know. I tried with a spoon before and it was too hard. So, just gonna make sure I have it good and incorporated. Okay, y'all. I'm using a 9 by 13 inch pan and I'm gonna kind of shape this. It calls for using a loaf pan. And if you cook it in a loaf pan, it's gonna take longer. It says about an hour and 10 minutes. But since I'm gonna make this, it's not gonna be as big and, I don't know, it's gonna be spread out more. I don't think it's gonna take as long to cook. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of shape it out like I do when I make meatloaf. My mom and dad always flattened it completely in the pan. They never made it like an actual loaf. But I started doing it this way. My husband really likes to cut the ends off and eat the ends. I don't know why. That's just like his favorite.
I like when you make sheep meatloaf.
Oh yeah, I've made the sheep meatloaf before, and it's real. It makes it a lot thinner. And I think I've shared it before on my channel. I'll have to make it again. Okay, y'all. So now I'm gonna put this in my oven. It's preheated, but I'm not gonna cook it for an hour and 10 minutes. If you do it in a loaf pan, do that. I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna check it at 40 minutes. And just kind of go from there and check it probably every 5 or 10 minutes until it's done. Okay, y'all, got the meatloaf done. We ended up cooking it for 50 minutes. Now I have a half a cup of that same salsa, the fire roasted tomato salsa. We're gonna put this on top. I'm gonna add just a little bit more because to make sure it's all good and covered. Okay. Now, the last thing we're going to do is I took 3 green onions and cut them up. And we're just going to kind of sprinkle them on top. Look at that, y'all. It's so pretty. Hopefully it tastes good. If nothing else, we'll say at least it was pretty. Okay.
I'll get them out for you.
So there it is. We also made some Sister Shebert rolls.
They're
Which
so good.
Courtney is getting them out for me. We just did them in our little toaster oven. Hey y'all, I am also, along with our Mexican meatloaf tonight, we are going to be making these easy charro beans using canned beans. So we're going to try that out. I'm using this Dutch oven pan or pot because it says to use a heavy bottom pot. So I am warming this up over medium heat and I have some bacon. It said to use thick cut bacon. I can't speak.
Oh, we don't care.
4 ounces of thick cut bacon chopped. I just have regular bacon. It's not really thick, but I chopped it as good as I could. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in there so it can start heating up in there. And we're going to let that begin to cook. And it says let it cook for about 3 minutes, just until it starts to render its fat. And then we're going to add in 1 cup of chopped onions. I'm going to stir it in there and we're going to let that begin to cook for about 6 minutes, it says, but we'll see. Not exact time, so we'll let that kind of do that for a few minutes and then we'll come back. Okay, now I'm going to add in a cup of onions that I chopped up. And we're just going to let these cook for a little while until they start to deepen in color. Y'all, I cannot speak. Ooh, it smells good though. So, like I said, I have this on medium heat. I will be back. Okay, y'all, I hope y'all can hear me okay. I had to turn my fan on. I'm adding in some chopped jalapenos. I'm doing 2. Sorry, I did it the wrong angle. I'll turn that off for a second. I did 2 chopped jalapenos. And then you also want to add in a tablespoon of garlic cloves minced, or 4 to 8 garlic cloves if you're doing it yourself. I just use these. Let me do it this way. It's probably going to splatter because I have liquid in it. Okay. And you don't want to let the garlic burn. It says you just want to let it cook until it smells. You can smell it. You can smell it. Like I can smell the peppers And once I start smelling this garlic, then I'll know, that's good enough, you know. Okay, y'all, now I'm gonna add in 1 can of fire roasted diced tomatoes undrained. That's a 14.5 ounce can. Sorry, we're gonna add 3 15.5 ounce cans of undrained beans, pinto beans. So I have 1 can that I can just pop open easily, so we'll go ahead and put that in there. Okay, let me get these other 2 open. Okay, here's the other 2. I'm trying to get some cilantro chopped up. Y'all, if you have any tips on how to cut cilantro.
She just got emotional because she said she was only one person and she can't do all these things.
I was trying to get everything cut up and ready and it was just like not happening. Okay.
So funny, to be honest.
Okay, y'all, my cilantro may not be as close to big, but this is just gonna have to do. I'll try to make the other cilantro better. I gotta get it off of there. Try to scrape it in there. So you're gonna put about 1/4 cup of cilantro that you've cut up. I'm hoping that was 1/4 cup. It may or may not have been. And now we're gonna add in some black pepper, about 1/2 teaspoon, and also some salt. So let me get about 1/2 teaspoon of pepper and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'll check this in a little bit and see if it needs some more. But I'm also going to add in 2 bay leaves. Okay, let me get this stirred up good before I add those in. Now we're going to add in 2 bay leaves. 1 and 2. And we're going to, once this starts simmering, we're going to turn it down and we're going to cover it for about 20 minutes. Okay, y'all, I'm going to turn this all the way down. I'm going to cover it and keep a check on it. Oh, by the way, I wanted to shout out my friend Cheryl. She's the one who shared this recipe on Facebook and made me want to make it because she shared it because she was making it. So, Cheryl, we're going to let you know if we like this. Final presentation, y'all. Okay, Bryce, your opinion on the meatloaf?
I ate it, but honestly, I don't recommend it be made again.
Okay, have you tried the beans?
No.
I thought you tried them already.
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, I'll come back to him about the beans. Okay, Adrian. Oh, he doesn't have a shirt on. How did you like the meatloaf? It was good?
Tastes like the taco meat just put into meatloaf.
True.
It tastes like a tamale put into a meatloaf. Like the meat from the tamale.
And the beans, but
Huh?
beans are good. And the bread's good too.
Alright, thank you. Alright. Courtney, what do you think of the meatloaf?
I love the bread.
Oh,
I had
of course.
I had like 3.
Okay.
Okay, Adrian did this last 2 for Dad. I do not like the meatloaf. I don't like meatloaf, period.
Okay.
And the beans are pretty good.
Alright. And y'all, I'm going to turn this around, but do not laugh at how bad I probably look. Okay, maybe I don't look as bad as I thought. But the meatloaf, I will say, it was not bad. I mean, it was good. It was different. I don't know that I would make it again. I guess for something different, if you just want to make a different meal.
Why are you putting me in your screen?
You're behind me. Anyways, sorry y'all. But yeah, I mean it was
I haven't got better yet.
I can't talk. But
I
anyways,
haven't had bread yet. This is my first bread.
It's your first bed?
First bread.
okay.
Now talk.
Okay, y'all. I would say it was good. It was not bad, but I don't know that I'd make it again. But for something different, I mean, if you just want to try something different one night, go ahead and make it. I mean, it's not bad. And the beans turned out good. The only thing I wish I would have done is the pieces of bacon. I wish I would have let them fried a little bit
Yeah,
more.
they're like strips.
Yeah, and I wish I would have cut it smaller. I was kind of in a hurry because I started realizing I was running out of time.
And the tomatoes like a one to thumb.
Normally I cut the tomatoes, y'all, smaller for the kids, and these were big chunks, so they're, to me that didn't bother me, but to the kids, you know. But the beans, actually that was a good, easy way to make charro beans, so yep. There you go, honest opinions. We're always gonna be honest with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever tried the beans yet?
Yeah.
How do you like them?
They're okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but like she said, it's personal preference on this stuff, though.
True. You may really
you may
like
love
it.
this.
Yeah.
We don't.
Because my friend Cheryl, I think, said it was really good.
It's one of those things you just gotta take it into opinion what other people think and then try it for yourself and compare.
Look at you. That's my baby. That's my baby, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank y'all. Okay, my husband's in here now, so what do you think about it? He gave 2 thumbs up. He said it was good. He likes it, so, you know, man's opinion, he likes it. So, you know how kids are. They're picky sometimes. Do you like the beans, too? Even though they're just out of the can, and yeah, he gave 2 thumbs up for that. Yay, I'll pat myself on the back.